Monday morning. As you can see right about here, it's that time of the morning, and I'm out here early again to get this beautiful day of mine started. Let me just see what's going on. Get this beautiful day of mine started. This is how I start my day, and then after that I got my what I call like a job to do. But running 26 miles every day and doing your daily tasks, or whatever you want to call it, your obligation, job, absolutely is amazing. So lately, it has been one of those days for me. I've literally run a marathon all through the summer this year. I've gotten out and just pushed my body. And one thing I've also noticed about it all is it requires humbleness. You cannot do it with a egoistic attitude. This thing has really humbled me beyond, because I actually had to do a lot of mental preparation every morning, and it literally just blew me away. It's probably one of the most hardest things I've ever done in my whole entire life. That whole wanting to better yourself and wanting to know who you truly are. So what I've done is I've turned it into physiology, where I just studied hard too. I do a lot of yoga, do push-ups, you name it. I come up with my own type of yoga. So I just do a lot of push-ups, and I mean a lot. So a lot of push-ups, and doing push-ups very slowly and stretching your body is almost like the yoga continues throughout the run. So I usually try to get done by 10 or 12 o'clock. That's when my day starts. Then I've got a little gig that I'm working on right now. So I have like a 12 to 8 shift. So it's just pretty much amazing just getting up every day. What has even also transpired is sometimes in this life you go through situations, and that situation actually, let me see if this has enough volume. I think it does, yes. That situation actually just changes you. It usually started out being tough, and for me, I come to realize that sometimes in this life, we might not be able to control our finances, and it's not because one is irresponsible or anything is wrong. It's just sometimes when time is not right or not in the proper position, and also from things that one has actually penetrated towards in the beginning, which manifest the present situation that an individual is in. So for me, I said to myself, if I can't take control of my finances, I am going to take control of my body, my mind. So I began to push my body hard. I really just tap into it. I said to myself, okay, I want to be able to sit in a lotus pose again. I want to strengthen my spine. So I do a lot of core exercises every day. And yoga to me now becomes more just like weightlifting. So I never go a day without doing at least 500 push-ups, or 400 at least. So, and now I look at it, I'm like, man, I need to get it up to 1,000, the push-ups. And just with this marathon every day, it's just, I can't even explain it because of the amount of stretching that I do. I begin to feel a lot of different movement in my body. I've listened to the word consciousness. I've studied all these great gurus, metaphysics, the whole thing about the human body. And when you begin to implement it into your lifestyle, it's absolutely amazing. Good morning. It's absolutely amazing. And I can't even believe it, because the word faith truly has a meaning, because when you really tap into your body and really push your body, it will respond. So it's almost like right now doing those, every time I practice yoga right now, I cannot do yoga without doing any sort of push-ups. At least I take a yoga session, 300 to 400 push-ups is required in that yoga session. And what I've actually done is, good morning, I have used that formula, shall I say, to actually heal a back injury. It was just out of desperation, not going to a pose, I'm feeling pain, I'm like, oh, biscuit. And it just become a daily routine. And it actually takes over 8 months for your body to get used to doing the push-ups and being able to push your body, because it's absolutely amazing. So every day, the consistency of it all and what it has done, it made me see people differently. Not differently, understand where people are coming from, because a lot of time, even though we portray to understand spirituality and all those things, clairvoyance, your physical body has a certain, how do I say, entity to be part of that. So I always hear consciousness, yoga. No, those things are really hard. It requires a lot of discipline. And I'm in real discipline. Good morning. You know, and it's just so unique. So when I see a lot of people actually running, because when I'm running, I'm just strolling, taking a jog. And because of the way I look, they said I look like a runner. I don't know how true that is. So people always wonder the speed. So what this thing has done for me is the whole mental toughness really come into play. I can't even fathom running a marathon, let alone being able to run it every day and not feel no soreness, because I know what my body went through the first time I ran a marathon. That biscuit was not a joke. I said to myself, I will never do this biscuit again. That's what I said to myself. I would never do this biscuit again. But I realized I wasn't prepared, and the noises that I listened to, and I call it the noise of limitation. And that noise of limitation affected me for a bit, until I begin to take control of my own mind and how I think. I think sometimes being successful has two things behind it. There's the spiritual and there's the finances. And I think a lot of times, due to our finance or financial situation, sometimes we don't really get to seek ourselves individually from within. It's very easy for us to, because a lot of people just have that way, boom, their finances just intact. And so what we do, we look after our body, we exercise. Then when your finance is not intact, it's like we give up. So what we do, we let the body go and just, we do all type of things because we've been taught. It's almost like, even though he hasn't been set out verbally, but it's almost like a lot of our teaching gears to, well, when you don't have, it's very hard for you to understand God or trying to be of someone to manifest. Because to actually get up every day and think positive, doing a financial, how do I say this? I'm trying to use my own language. During the financial disturbances, it can be very hard, because to get up during tough times and say thank you and thank you, it's almost like you're losing your mind. And we made it sound so easy to actually talk about it and trying to inspire others to do the same, especially when we are not in that situation, because a lot of people just like to talk about things based on the books, but the emotion that actually goes behind it, a lot of people just don't understand it because they're not in that situation. So a lot of times, to be able to get up in the morning and be positive and write things down, reprogram your brain and say thank you and thank you, even though when all you have left is $1 on you, it's a lot hard. It's harder than running a marathon. A marathon is easy. That's what we don't realize. Running a marathon and getting up to run, that's easy. Unlike trying to control your mind. Good morning. Have a good day. So, like trying to control your mind, that's a different ball game. To get up and run and do all those little exercises that will give us a little breather, it's easy. But the ability to control the mind, the senses. Ooh, I love traffic lights. Oh, come on, you have to do that. I love traffic lights. The ability to be able to control the senses is totally different, because controlling the senses requires a lot of mental exercises, meditation, and many just don't know how to control that senses, but they will swear and talk like they can control it. So for all the people that has been, this is for people who are going through things in their lives and they think their prayers is not being answered. Just because your mind is in doubt doesn't mean your prayers are not answered, or whatever it is that you're wishing for is not answered. The key to it all is the continuation, the repetition of telling your head, your brain that, look, everything is okay. I am grateful. And continue to write it down. Because it's very easy to speak it verbally just once. But the repetition, the continuation, bringing out that book and writing to yourself and setting an alarm for yourself, watch your mind. Those things are extremely difficult, because especially if you have 2 kids and you have to worry about the kids, you have to worry about, and it's very hard to practice faith. But the thing is, oh, look at that beautiful nature. I hear it that bird singing. But the thing is, it is possible, that divine energy, because it's very easy to give up when things just doesn't go the way society has said it to be, when things are in the mud. But the truth is, there is that divine energy in you. It never went away. So, and that's really was what I'm thinking of today. That whole energy, that whole, don't feel bad about yourself just because your mind is wandering. Many people, many always speak about, oh, no matter what, just have faith. It is okay to doubt, because doubting is part of being human. Doubting is a realization. All you have to do is just worry about that realization. All you have to do is worry about that thought. The fact that you know, you acknowledge that thought, you can change it. So trying to make one feel bad about what he or she thinks about is absolutely what's causing a lot of confusion, because it's very easy to, like I keep saying, it's very easy to give advice, but it's very hard to take it. I've been up since about, I got up late today. Late means 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock is late for me. So I gotta get this thing done. Got things to do today. It's Monday. So let me see how many marathons I'm gonna run before the end of the year, is what this is all about. Wonderful, wonderful day. Ooh, let me slow down. Let me see my light. Okay, all right, I got some juice in it, so I probably don't need it right now, but I'm going to say happy Monday, and don't worry, it's okay to have doubt. As long as you acknowledge it, you're good. One love.